Okay. Hi. Thank you again for tuning in, for watching me. I know that's a lot of other people that you could be watching, and I don't take that for granted. I don't want to waste anyone's time here. Thank you for tuning in. I wanted to talk about being wise as serpents, harmless as doves, part three. If you haven't seen part one and part two, please look at part one and part two. If you do not look at that, you're going to get a misinterpretation of what I am saying. I'm not going to repeat anything because I did get a couple of strikes. I talked about that. So I'm not going to repeat anything. I'm just going to give you part three, okay? And we're going to dive into it. Part three, being wise as serpents, harmless as doves. We're going to talk about how doves are and what we can take from that. When you look at doves, people usually look at doves and they think as a symbol of love, peace, and harmony, which is partially true, but not all true. Actually, the dove is known for a symbol of trust and good faith. Trust and good faith. And if you think about how doves were like in the medieval times, people used doves as the postmasters. People would send letters and use the dove to carry the letters out to other people. And if you don't know a lot about doves and or pigeons, because sometimes people put doves and pigeons, they are very in a very close category together as birds. They can travel very long distances. Not only that, they can bring themselves back. They can bring themselves back to the location and know. So they have great, excellent navigational skills, okay? It's like they have a GPS set in them. If you have a nest, if a dove has a nest, and the nest, they leave the nest and the nest gets destroyed. Well, first of all, if they leave the nest and they go across country, chances are they will come back to that nest and know exactly where it's at without hesitation. I know that's crazy. That sounds crazy, but that's one of the great things of a dove, okay? Second thing, if by chance that nest, that bird's nest, or the building of the bird's nest is destroyed where it's no longer visible, guess what? That dove will actually still go back to that place and remember it. It's already synchronized in its captivity, in its head, that is the spot. That is the good thing about doves. They remember. They remember. And like I said, they always go back. When you think about trusting and faith, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So if that dove, you think about when the dove leaves from that nest and that nest is no longer there, that dove is going to come back to that place and remember that it's still life there because I made a nest there. And even though that I don't physically see that nest, I know that this is the location where it's at and it is possible. You got to think about that like that. So, that's what you have to be with in your life when dealing with evil people and malignant people, or you're trying to get your ideas together. You might not see it, but it is there. It is there. And since it was there, it can be done again. It can be done again. Another thing about doves is that doves, they usually eat live things like berries, seeds, insects, vegetables, shoots, spiders. They eat spiders too. It's so crazy. Yeah. So they always eat live stuff. They are more they have to be light and carry. So they always want something that is live. They're not like vultures that like live or dead things. They like more dead things because it's easier and they just like that. So a dove is usually kind of, I guess you can say, health conscious. Another thing is that, and it's always dealing with vitality. which I guess that can go with harmony. So when you're dealing with these evil people or bad situations, you got to understand to find the balance of it all. So that is what the dove does, and that you need to be focusing on. Another thing is that um, the dove is a collector. A lot of people don't know that, but a lot of doves, when they eat, they will collect like the seeds or berries or seeds of berries, and they'll collect them in their esophagus. In their esophagus, they'll suck them up, put them in their esophagus, and they'll fly off and they'll bury it. They'll put it in and save it. Excuse me, for a later date. So it's almost like a parable, like the ant and the grasshopper in that scenario. The dove is very cautious. Like I said, it's cautious, and it well, not cautious. It's more it's innocent. It tries to go out and do the best it can with what it has, and like I said, it is a preparer. It's a saver. It's a prep. It's a preparer. It's going to not only get what it needs, but it prepares. Another thing that people don't know about doves is that when times get hard, or when they have to go through a famine or something like that, they can take and replace other things for something else. Like there was a show about a dove that had could not find water within like 150-mile span. So what the dove did, because it was in the desert, and the dove started drinking the nectar from the cactus plant, and stored it for like 20 something days. It was crazy. So yeah, a dove, it does a lot. It really does a lot. They'll preserve. What does that have to do with being careful about putting things on social media, putting things on YouTube, and dealing with evil people or dealing with the narcissist? Okay, when you are dealing with a narcissist or evil person or anything like that, the first thing you need to do is plan a way to get about the situation, or any kind of situation you don't like. It doesn't have to be a narcissist. See, that's what's wrong with a lot of us, including me, and what we've been taught. Okay, sometimes we're like, well, I can take this, and it'll get better, and it doesn't get better. Then we look around and say, well, I did this, and I listened to the Bible, and this did that. Something you didn't listen to. Okay, because when that bird sees danger, another thing with the dove, when the bird sees danger, he's out. He is out. You hear me? Out. O-U-T, out of there. We as Christians sometimes, okay, well, they're going to get better, and I'm going to show the Christian love, and that's all good. You're supposed to do that. But what if that doesn't work, okay? And that's when you see all these people on YouTube, and they're making all these videos. Just, no, shut up. Shut up. You see nothing else is working, you make a plan to get out. And that might look like, for some people, just getting up and walking away. For me, the first time it was like slowly trying to prep things to get up, but it got to the point where I was moving too slow that if I didn't leave right then, I would have lost my life. So I had to leave everything, leave with the clothes on my back and go. But the dove is very harmless, but it is interesting how when he's in trouble or anything like that, or don't like the location, the dove will take one branch, and move it on over to another nest and start a whole nother nest. And then when it's done, leave the other nest there. Okay? That's what you have to do. That's what you need to remember. And that's what you have to be when you're harmless as doves. You have to take care, and self-preservation is the essence of your being, because that's what these people are feeding off of, your emotions. They can't feed off of anything else. They're feeding off of you, your emotions. They're trying to wear you down, okay? So yeah. That's 10 whole minutes. Dang. I'm gonna make, I guess, a part 4 to this, and I'm gonna tell you why, another reason why you should not conclude it, wrap it up, and tell you why you should not put all of that on social media, about how to get back or what you know and everything else. Hopefully something that's said or done will help you on your journey. Definitely stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem, and look for part part 4. Thanks.